A kid came into my store after closing. I wish I hadn't let him in. Halloween was a living hell, and I was its sole resident. I used to love the holiday, trick-or-treating with friends, dressing as a zombie as we jammed out to punk rock on our friend's porch late into the night, sneaking out cigarettes and nips of bourbon from our fathers. But now I'm off the floors of Sutton Grocery. The wet towel reflected my 5 o'clock shadow and the melancholy that lived within it. No more trick-or-treating, just 2 dead mice and a spilled cup of pumpkin spice. Adulting was so much fun. This gap year between high school and college wasn't really working out. I regretted the decision in my very depths of my soul. At least I had Gemma. I'd back to the trailer soon. The thought of her baking brownies and nothing but in an apron put a little pep in my step. You done yet, Kyle? Old man Kirby bewildered from the front entrance as he threw out his keyring. Yeah, yes sir. Just finishing up with the floors and I'm out of here, I hollered. Alright, I'm leaving, boy. I'll lock up. Just slide out the back when you're done. Sure thing. Oh, and Kyle? Yes, Mr. Kirby? Take out the bathroom trash before you go. Smells like crap in there. He grunted and swanted off into the parking lot like a warhog. I gave him the middle finger as he sped off in his Land Rover. The hate I had for his job was unmeasurable. I quickly finished mopping and made my way back into the restroom. I opened the door and was smacked in the face with the smell of something vile. I plugged my nose and gathered the bags from the bins, holding them in my arms left as I ran out, back the back into the alleyway. I tossed them over the dumpster and danced up and down, shaking my arms, wheeling the putrid stench off of me. It smelled so bad that the bricks would cry out from the horror if they could. People are disgusting, I thought as I headed back inside. At least the night was over. Time to go home to my girl. I daydreamed about the little tattoo that led down her small of her back as I shrugged off my apron at the coat rack. I was just about to flip the lights off when they began to flicker overhead. The LED panels strobed and pulsed in a way I'd never seen before. It was almost eerie, but just as soon as they started, they suddenly stopped. Weird, I whispered. I reached out for the light switch when I heard a tapping on the window. I turned to my left and nearly jumped out my skin when I saw a face of a devil pressed against the storefront glass. Can you help me? A voice pleaded from under the red rubber. Jesus, you nearly scared me to death. The door is closed, I replied, holding my chest in an attempt to steady my heart. Please. I'm lost. Must be some kid who got separated from his parents. How can he be lost? It's like the smallest town in the Midwest, I chuckled. Please. Can I come inside? I'm scared. Yeah, sure, kid, hold on. I walked to the sliding door and twisted the lock and gave it a shove to open it manually. Thank you, the kid sniffled from under the mask as he stepped in. No problem, little dude. You want to call your parents? Or I shut down on my heels, not really sure what to do in the situation. Yes, please. Alright. Head up right up those stairs and you'll see a phone on the desk. Pick it up and dial your parents. But make it quick, will you? It's getting late. I winked, reassuringly at the boy in the level costume. Okay. He giggled as he ran up the stairs into the Mr. Kirby's office. Man, what a night, I sighed, running my hand through my hair as I leaned against the entrance glass. The cool felt good on the nape of my neck. I just want to go home. I groaned under my breath. I could see the shadows twist and lurch up in the office. Hopefully parents picked up and drove like mad to get here and collect the kid. I had better things to do than sit all night at the hillbilly grocery store in this forsaken town. Hey kid, any luck? I shouted. No response. Kid? I called. Nothing. I lost smack at the glass behind me, causing me to fall onto the floor. I caught myself at the last second crawling behind the service counter, nearly pissing my pants. I took a deep breath, slowly raised my head to the peer register. Gemma, I cried. She was doubled over in laughter on the curb outside, pointing at me through the window. I cursed her up down before sliding the door open once more. What are you doing here? I demanded, scowling. Well, are you not happy to see me? She grinned, reaching for my hand. Well, yeah, of course, but you scared the hell out of me, I scolded. Come on. Just a bit of Halloween fun. She pulled me into a kiss. Her lips were so soft. They melted away my anger in an instant. I came because you were so late. Come on, let's go. Dinner's ready. I can't. There's the kids here. Why? What kid? She furrowed her brow. He's in the office calling his parents, said he got lost, I guess, while trick-or-treating. Oh no. Poor thing. Yeah, he's using the phone in the office. Let me go see if he got a hold of his parents. I took a few steps when the light suddenly went out, causing Jenna to leap towards me and squeeze my arm. Thankfully, the emergency panels stay lit, giving off just a light to see. It's fine, the lights have been acting weird for some reason. Wait here, I'll go get the kid. I squeezed up Jenna's hand reassuringly, then trotted up the stairs to the office. The desk lamp was turned on to the side, and the phone was hanging off the hook. The dial tone beat from the earpiece. I picked it up and placed it back on the receiver. Hey kid, you hear? I asked. But he was nowhere to be seen. I looked under the desk. Nothing. What the hell? Suddenly a scream pierced through the silence from inside the store. Gemma. I scrambled down the stairs and sprinted back to where I left her. I was rounding the corner of the service when I slipped in something wet, causing me to spiral into the shelf of candy bars. Kit Kat Snickers flooded the aisle as I tumbled over the shelf, hitting my head against the floor. A vision swam. I struggled to gather myself to stand. I was just so wet. I raised my hand to my face and my fingers were dripping with crimson. The blood was sticky and warm as I rolled my thumb across my palm. Oh, why is there blood? I took more for it to register, but it had to be hers. My heart thundered in my chest. Gemma? Gemma, where are you? I called. There was no answer. I started running down the aisles in the panic, searching for her. Aisle after aisle, but nothing. Flowers, sugar, chips, bread, but no Gemma. I spilled out into the meat section next to the deli and skidded to a dead stop. The door in double custom stood under their flickering emergency light. The front of his suit dripped with red blood. What did you do? I croaked. I'm going to offer you a chance to choose, Kyle. His voice was deeper now. No longer childish. What? I stuttered. Blood for blood. You can offer yourself to me. A sacrifice. Saving her. Or I can take Jenna and leave your life or her life. Who are you? What do you mean? Where is she? My brain was so numb. I could only utter the question after question. I couldn't make sense of what was happening. You know who I am. Choose. I stared at him, dumbstruck. What was once a child was now a monster. He was still small like a boy, but now his presence felt enormous, like a dark shadow that filled the entire store. His energy pressed against the walls, starting to shatter them. A pressure I felt in my bones. Choose now, Kyle. I heard. Take her. I felt my knees sobbing. I was scared. The fear overcame me, and I chose to save myself. Suddenly, Gemma floated into the air, into view from behind the meat counter. Oh my God, I cried. Her eyes were wide and shook with fear as she hovered a few feet from the ground. She tried to scream, but only blood streamed out from her mouth. She gargled on it and choked it, thirsted to beg for help. She never took her eyes off of me as she was lowered into her arms. I'm so fucking sorry, I wept. Done, he growled. The lights went out clearly, total darkness, but only for a moment. When they came back on, they were gone. I put my knees to my chest and wept for hours until I finally stumbled to sleep. Mr. Kirby found me balled up in the deli next morning. As he prodded me awake, I frantically babbled on about Jenna and the devil, which he prompted me to call the police. The sheriff's department arrived soon after it took my statement, but there was no blood anywhere to be found. The cameras hadn't caught it all night. There was no sign of a struggle anywhere. After they calmed me down, I sat on the bench at the entrance with a blanket over my shoulders. The shock and disbelief buried me in the avalanche. I was numb. I couldn't hear them talk about me from the office. The deputy suggested that I had been on drugs. Mr. Kirby agreed with them, enduring the fact that he never liked me for a good measure. Blood for blood. Blood for blood. Choose. His voice echoed in my mind. I'm so sorry, Jenna. I'm so sorry.